So we're talking about Matt Rife.
Okay, yeah. So far, I've got 3 minutes. We have the inside show talk at 6 minutes 30 seconds. David Collins joins the show.
Good.
And now,
wow, is this all planned out that strictly ahead of time?
Yes. Yeah, it seems effortless, and it seems very freewheeling, but no, it's all scripted.
I see.
14 minutes Matt Rife talk.
All right, well, we've hit the Matt Rife mark, so let's get into it. Last we left you, we kind of gave Matt Rife special a review, Natural Selection on Netflix, and basically our summary of it wasn't good, it wasn't great, it was fine, it was whatever. It wasn't what we wanted it to be, and it seems like it wasn't what his fans wanted it to be either, because they are in a tizzy over this. David, did you have any thoughts on Matt Rife's special? Have you seen it yet?
Well, my thoughts were exactly how I put it before. I expected it to be a much more lighthearted special. It was he was going after the audience, it seemed. I was just there to have a laugh. I didn't want to, we try to avoid the trolls on our show in particular, and it's very easy not to get caught up in some of this internet drama, as they call it.
Sure.
He seems to not be able to get over it.
So you kind of agree with people that say Matt Rife lost sight of who his fans are, because the controversy is basically
is that what people are saying?
It seems to be. Basically, if I could, give you the gist. Basically, it seems like Matt Rife's fans are saying that he kind of geared himself towards women. He was a comedian for women, and now this special was sort of an attack on women and femininity and things like that. So his female fans are up in arms because he made like domestic violence jokes and some very offensive things like that, stuff that you probably don't go for.
Yeah, most shocking to me, it's 2023. You can't say kill yourself in a stand-up comedy special these days. There'd be a line that I would draw.
Well, you're a fan of a guy like Norm Macdonald, though, who would make jokes like that, I'm sure.
It's a different way. I think it was very targeted the way I would never hear Norm Macdonald telling a story about somebody being on a bus with a lady and him turning to her and telling her to kill herself.
That's fair. That's fair. He probably wouldn't be so blunt. So let's get into the controversy here, Craig. What do we got from Matt Rife?
Would you like the Access Hollywood story to start us off?
Yeah, I think Access Hollywood always sums things up nicely. So let's hear their take on it.
After the joke ignited controversy all over social media, Rife took to his Instagram stories to issue a joke apology. Quote, "If you've ever been offended by a joke I've told, here's a link to my official apology. Tap to solve the issue," he wrote. The link that Rife included takes followers to a website selling products described as, quote, special needs helmets for children and adults.
It's very funny.
So people were very mad about some of the domestic violence jokes in Matt Rife's special, and he posted what seemed like it was going to be an apology, but instead was a link to helmets for the mentally challenged. David, what do you think of that tactic? I look at it as comedy first, but it seems like you might see it differently.
What he's going to offend the special needs as well. So he's really he's going to run into more controversy if he's going through that tack.
Well said. I think that might be kind of his angle, though. That's the thing, is he's becoming
One
sort
thing
of
I noticed about those pictures, I think started dressing differently since the special, though, to try to tame the controversy also. Did you notice that first picture? It appeared he was in a boy band.
It did appear that way, yes.
Yeah, so this is where Matt Rife gets weird, is because I guess the criticism came up that I was mentioning, where his female fans were outraged by some of the jokes and said, this isn't the guy we rooted for. And Matt Rife said, well, this special was geared more towards men, which I think is actually kind of a weird summary of your special, because it's sort of admitting that he's kind of just a marketer. Like, he's saying, this material, I wanted to get the boys on my side. Instead, I've already got the girls, so I wanted the fellas to enjoy this one. It doesn't feel like he's being an honest comedian. It felt like it was a strategy more to try and get the dogs, for us to be like, hey, Matty. Because here's why I think it's a terrible strategy. I'm not like a Matt Rife fan now. I think his response is hilarious. I think it's very funny to basically just call all of your critics retards when they say you were too offensive. But I'm not. Adam likes that. but I'm not now buying a Matt Rife ticket when he comes to Boston or anything. That's where
now
I think
that you've shown the helmets, I'm a little taken aback. Those helmets don't look as offensive as what I had pictured.
Oh yes. What were you picturing?
Those helmets are actually very common with youth of all ages now. It helps the brain or the skull develop. There's something about that. But there have been plenty of rumors about Matt Rife actually having ghost writers. Do you think he just has so many writers that he has this towards this genre and this towards this genre, and he just wanted to use all this material that he had purchased? Also, do you think another person might have written that helmet link joke?
Oh, interesting, David. This is why I like having David here. He's bringing up questions we're not even thinking of. That's brilliant. That's very possible.
I can't imagine a marketing firm being like, I got an idea.
Not a marketing firm, but like if he actually has writers, the problem with that is like, won't they just come out eventually and be like, yeah, I guess you could have them sign NDAs or something.
But he doubled
I'm
down.
not sure.
Too.
Have you ever dealt with an NDA?
I have not. Luckily.
No, have you?
Fortunately, no.
Okay.
Thank God. Otherwise, we'd be in a lot of trouble. You can't imagine the things that we've said about.
Oh
no! Did we lose David?
He froze for a second. I think he's still frozen.
All right. Well, hopefully David can rejoin us.
I'll back him out first. Oh, did he come back?
Is this part of the bit? I never know with him.
He's back.
All right. Hello, David.
That's great.
Okay. Good to have you back. So let me play from the special. Do you have the trailer that I sent you from TikTok a little while ago?
For the last show?
Yeah, for his YouTube special.
1 second.
This is where it's hard to root for Matt Rife because he comes off as such a douche.
Oh, the his new comedy special thing?
Yes.
Where he's with the cops? Okay, yeah, I have that.
Yeah.
I thought you meant like the actual trailer.
No.
Here we go.
Yeah, so this is like, here's what we talked about a lot, is I kind of want to root for Matt Rife. Like, we always get the comments, and we put Matt Rife in the title. We always get comments from people that don't listen to the show and just say, like, clearly you're jealous of Matt Rife. Anyone that hates on Matt Rife must be jealous. Not true at all. I think he's a young comedian that got famous too quickly and has room to grow. The problem is he always wants you to sympathize with his struggle. That's what he really seems to be angling towards to get people on his side, is the angle of this struggle. And you might say, like, oh, he's trying to make a joke out of it in this, but I really don't think so, because he brings it up a lot, how hard he has worked to get where he is today, and it's just not working for him. It doesn't come across the way he thinks it does. So let's see this, a video he made to promote his new YouTube special.
I'll be back for sound check.
He's jacked.
He sure is.
Matthew Rife. Finally found you. Hey, dude. Oh, how the fuck are y'all doing? Why'd the algorithm choose you? What? What makes your comedy so special? Why do people think you're funny? I heard you got lip filler. I heard he got jaw surgery. I heard he gay. He gay? Yeah, he in gay shape. Yeah, man.
Right there, like he's referencing his last special. I hate that.
That must be the charge.
But it seems like he's going to be like self-deprecating here, and just he's trying to be. I think he's trying as best he can. Obviously, he's a handsome kid. He got successful very quickly, even though he says he didn't. He got very successful very quickly. So I understand him having an ego, but this is him trying to be self-deprecating, I guess.
Y'all literally took it. That can't be protocol. Yeah, it is. What am I even being charged with? You're being charged with impersonating a comedian. You're selling out world tours, but your comedy sucks. Everybody knows they only go into your shows for those straps, those tattoos, and them cheekbones. Eyes? Yeah, I don't trust them eyes. They change in the light. Yeah, with your fine ass. The jig is up, Matt Rife. Time to come.
Gay cops is always funny.
No, it sounds like y'all don't know me at all. Like y'all don't know about the 12 years I've been doing this.
God damn it, Matt! That's not a long time.
No, especially when you're what? When
28.
When this was filmed, was he maybe 26?
Yeah, he was a child when he started comedy. That's not a long struggle that you went through. Fuck it. Joe List is one of the funniest comics on the planet. He's been doing it for 25 years. His special got demonetized because he said the C word in it. Fucking like Big J. Okerson, another 25-year veteran, has watched every one he came up with skyrocket past. He was friends with Kevin Hart when he started.
That's right.
Everyone's blown by him. Doing it for 12 years and becoming the most famous comic in America is not a long struggle. It's so frustrating to hear him keep regurgitating this message of like, 12 years, guys. You don't understand. That's not a long time for a comedian to find his voice.
Well, I was wondering why there was no mention of the crowd work throughout that sketch, and that's probably because once he says 12 years, you realize that he's just counting talk in the hallways of middle school as part of his comedy career.
That's probably true, David, but actually we're getting to the crowd work is definitely mentioned. Don't you fret.
Well, that's all I'm looking forward to. You'd think that I thought this was all a build up to his final line of the special, and that was actually what that was referencing. It would have made a lot more sense.
There's a little bit of that. Let's hear a little more.
Love to.
Nights I put into editing videos that I'd hope somebody would watch. You know, sometimes the way somebody looks doesn't depict who they are on the inside.
You trans?
I'm not trans. I'm a comedian.
See, like, it's him trying to be self-deprecating, but the joke's not about him, even. Like, the joke should be shitting on him for taking himself so seriously.
The jokes are all every punchline is, that's how pretty I am.
Yeah, but you see what I'm saying? Where it's like, oh, this 12-year struggle. You would think the punchline would be, shut the fuck up. you haven't done it that long. Instead, it's a trans joke because he's edgy. Don't forget how edgy he is. Remember?
It's beautifully shot, though, and I'm wondering if there's a deeper racial element here now that I'm watching it closer.
You think so? You think it's more of a commentary?
There must be more thought behind it than what I'm seeing on face value here on the first review.
You would think there would have to be, but let's keep playing. Maybe we'll get to.
I love this chief officer, though.
It's doing good.
That's not even true. Have you been to a show?
No, let me back it up a smidge.
I'm not trans. I'm a comedian.
Barely. All you do is crowd work, man.
That's not even true. Have you been to a show?
Nah, man. I seen everything you got online.
That's what I figured, man. Where are you from?
I'm from San Francisco.
I love the Bay Area.
Oh, yeah?
Where'd you meet these guys?
Oh, well, I mean, this is my cousin, and we met in basic.
Yo, he doing it right now. He crowd working you right now.
That's not bad. That's kind of funny.
That's
the crowd
funny.
work thing is just a thing I like to do for fun. For me, it's fun for me. If you want to see what else I do, I have my 3rd hour special coming out November 15th on Netflix this time.
On Netflix?
The real deal.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, I love Netflix.
Yeah.
Boom. And look, we'll let you off with a little warning, but only on one condition. My wife is a fan.
Unbelievable. What's her name?
Her name is Frank Aaliyah
He's really the fan.
McQueen.
Yeah. Okay. So, like, again, the joke, he's trying to be self-deprecating, but it's still like, hey, I do so much more than crowd work. It's like, no, just like, if that's going to be your angle on it, is like, hey, you should respect all the great things that I do, then maybe just leave it alone. Don't even address the criticism, because you're not addressing all the praise you've gotten.
Right.
You're selling out, $800 tickets in fucking stadiums around the country. You're not addressing how successful you are. You're just addressing the people that criticize you. So you can't really have it both ways,
Now, could I get your two's insight? We've asked plenty of guests on my show, David Collins' 30-minute half-hour show, about whether or not they're planning on releasing a special on YouTube. Now, a few years ago, as somebody who's not paying too much attention to kind of what's happening in the scene, it seemed that everybody was releasing their first special on Netflix and then later releasing it on YouTube. And he's done it the opposite here. Is Netflix such a reputable source that people say, oh, now it's a real special?
Yeah, I think there's an element of, like, there's prestige to Netflix, kind of the way HBO used to have it, where it's like now you're advertising to a base that doesn't necessarily watch comedy. I think on YouTube, like, when Shane Gillis puts out a special on YouTube, all his fans are going to go watch it. And then maybe it gets to some other, similar people that don't necessarily know Shane, but watch similar things. It'll get to them. On Netflix, it's getting to people that don't even know his name, that have never listened to Rogan even or whatever, that are just looking for random comedy specials.
Well, I guess that makes sense. It's interesting as somebody who only started on TikTok and Instagram as far as I follow there, and I believe he was on some television shows. So I'm not sure what audience he's left to hit.
Yeah, so do we also there's another TikTok I sent you, Craig, the woman that was outraged at Matt Rife. Do we have that?
Sure do.
Yeah, so let's hear this. This is I think this better outlines the criticisms from his special, because again, what's weird is they start attacking Matt Rife's humor. That we just watched a trailer that he put out for the special. He's not pretending to be hilarious.
I don't know.
You know, he hasn't misrepresented himself as the greatest comic of all time.
I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like Matt Rife is about to enter his F around and find out era. I wasn't sure what to watch yesterday, and I saw that Matt's special was in the top 10, and I've seen a couple of clips from his social media, and he seemed pretty funny. Let me tell you, I didn't last longer than 3 minutes. If this man thinks this opening joke is funny...
Hold on.
When he's
what a great sample size that is.
I know, right?
I saw one TikTok, which was, probably a minute long. So then I allotted him 3 more minutes of my time. And now I'm going to make a video crucifying the fucking kid.
And correct me if I'm wrong, is there not a sketch at the beginning of they couldn't have been 3 minutes of material?
There's a message in his other special. His Netflix special actually just starts with comedy, believe it or not.
Right.
So luckily, it gets right to the jokes.
Last longer than 3 minutes. If this man thinks this opening joke is funny, I'm sure I'm not the first one when he's disappointed in less than 3 minutes.
Oh, shit!
That's a well-done joke.
Because she didn't like Matt Rife's special, he probably creams his pants a lot when he's with a woman.
That's right.
Yeah.
Been funnier than his opening joke.
The hostess who seats you at the restaurant had a black eye. A full black eye. It wasn't what happened? Yeah, it was pretty obvious what happened. But we couldn't get over the fact that we're this is the face of the company? This is what you have greeting people? And my boy who I was with was yeah, I feel bad for her, man. I feel like they should put her in the kitchen or something where nobody can see her face, And I was yeah, but I feel like if she could cook, she wouldn't have that black eye.
Not only is domestic...
Hold on. It not a terrible joke. Kind of a street joke, really.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's more. It was a little easy. If you want to go after it for something, maybe make it that it was kind of an easy joke that's been done before, but not the most holy shit. It wasn't unfunny, but it also wasn't I didn't hear that joke and think oh, his fans are going to turn on him. That seems like perfect Matt Rife, where it's edgy for TikTok, but not crazy. I can't believe he just said that.
I'd be worried he was going to tell the waitress, "You better not spill my coffee."
You're damn right, David.
Violence just not funny in general. The fact that he justified being hit because you're not a good cook just makes
Hold on. This feels like an argument from 8 years ago, but he's not justifying it. He's making a joke about it.
It's just, yeah, I know that'd be great. That's the Nanette method, but I got to be serious during this.
It feels like they brought us back in time to have an argument that we've kind of settled on comedy because Matt Rife's audience is so young that they haven't dealt with a controversy like this, where they're wait, the guy we like just made a domestic violence show? We can't support him. We've been trained not to allow that. They get very confused because their people never push those boundaries. So if you like edgy comedy, you would watch Matt Rife's special and say it was kind of bland. And if you like TikTok comedy, you would watch Matt Rife's special and say, "Oh my God, this man is Lenny Bruce circa 39. I can't, the things he's saying I can't handle."
Get pushing the envelope in comedy, but it was just not funny. And it's wild that his team let it through, knowing that his audience is primarily female. Apparently, he put out
that's such a funny way to live. First of all, to like a comedian and assume his team is making all of his decisions. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, it does seem that his audience agrees. They don't accept it. It seems that his audience is happy knowing that the material is only going through him and not originating from him, and they just want to see material that they enjoy going through him as a vector.
It's almost I think the reason part of the reason Taylor Swift has so much respect
is that who we're listening to right now.
No, this is a different lady.
Okay.
Taylor Swift like writes her own music, so I think people consider her like an old school, like a real musician. Whereas basically what this lady's saying is like, I kind of like Matt Rife because he's got a team behind him, and they shouldn't have allowed him to do this. That's what's weird is the people that like Matt Rife, and this is what I've been saying. I was really TikTok ladies. I was warning you, and you all called me jealous and a pig. You said I was ugly and Matt was hot, so I must be jealous of him. But really, I was warning you because it seemed like they just liked the formula, and when Matt Rife strayed from that formula, they all lost their minds.
This was created for men, but he's gotten to this point because of his female fans. So the fact that his team let him do this, I'd be like, okay, I get that you really are craving male validation, but your audience is female, and this is not going to land with them. I don't know if I'm overreacting, but I'm surprised that the execs.
This is like if Shane Gillis does a special called "One for the Girls" and he just talks about The Bachelor or something. I'm not going to then tweet at him and be like, "What, Shane? I bought tickets to your show. What are you doing? You're not allowed to do this now. You do what I want because I supported you." It's such a crazy, needy, childish, selfish reaction to criticize Matt Rife on this scale because you didn't like this. You individually didn't enjoy the jokes in this special. That's such a selfish mentality. I think in a lot of ways we've gotten past that, which is why I found this particular controversy so interesting because it felt very old. It felt like something we've done over and over again that I kind of thought was dead almost. People being like, "Can you believe you said this?"
I don't know. I think it's great. This is the problem with TikTok is this video.
I think it's great for Matt Rife. So literally,
Yes.
Another reason I want to talk about this is, the skirt has all these liberal friends that well-meaning, but they'll they'll pose this type of argument to me where they're like, "Well, Matt Rife, all his fans are women, so how can he start his special with a joke about domestic violence?" And my answer is just like, that's what he decided to do. I don't know.
He wanted to. He tried something else.
That's a joke that he wrote. You don't have to continue watching his specials. You could be like, "Oh, I'm not following Matt Rife anymore. I'm not going to his shows. I'm not buying tickets," anything like that. That's fine. But to say he shouldn't have done it or shouldn't be allowed to do it or whatever they're trying to say here is such a selfish, childish form of behavior, I think.
I don't know if I'm overreacting, but I'm surprised that the execs at Netflix even let this through and thought it was funny.
The guys that let Chappelle do specials?
Yeah, right.
I don't know.
Right.
Can you believe Netflix allowed this?
Maybe the only one who didn't cook here. And it's probably going to lose some female fans. But have fun with your new incel fans. I don't know.
Have fun with your new incel fans.
Yeah, we're the incels, I guess.
Waka waka.
Yeah. I don't
You know,
so
not to give her too much pushback, but I'm not sure if many incels are involved in domestic violence.
That's actually a great point, David.
Yeah. It's true. They're not around them to begin
With all due respect.
That's very true. No, you make a good point. So yeah, I don't know. But that's the weird thing is, actually, I just before we did the show, I just watched Chad Daniels' new special. It was not bad, but he has a joke in there where he says, "No one's actually been canceled. We just shift their audience. Like, it might not be the audience you want, but people are still showing up at the shows." Meaning, like, a lot of people that get canceled have sort of now like a right-wing fan base or something, like people that are for free speech or all that, even though that's not necessarily what that comedian intended to be. I don't think Matt Rife is going to experience that. I don't think the boys are going to start showing up to Matt's shows just because he got in this trouble, and admittedly had a very good response. Hey, you're a retard, I think is the way to go about it. But I don't think he's gaining fans on this one, unfortunately.
I think what he is gaining is maybe just less heat online from the assassins.
From people like us, dummies like us that are like, "Can you believe this guy's popular?" Yeah, that's we'll probably go easier on Matt Rife now, and not literally us, but I just mean shows like this that talk shit about Matt Rife.
Correct. That's what I think. I think that's a win for him.
Yeah.
Just kind of. I think it. I don't know. The helmet thing was funny. I think that's actually funny.
I think that's a great response. That's, I think, how he gets respect. Even the tweet that I sent you that had that Access Hollywood piece wasn't Ian Fidan's tweet, where he's like, "Hey, fuck everyone. I like Matt Rife."
Yeah.
And I think you're right. That's what he's getting now. Is people were like, "Well, at least he's funny first." You know, like he cares about being funny on some level. I guess
he's showing that like they're coming out saying like, oh yeah, you know, he only has women, blah blah blah, but he's proving that he doesn't necessarily care.
I think he wants to be a comedian more than a lot of people realize.
Correct. That's what I was trying to think of. Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I think it's not necessarily he's just doing this so he gets romantic comedies and then becomes a big actor. I think he genuinely wants to be a comedian, which I think some people were surprised by.
And I think, judging by that trailer we watched, I think he's going to go the route of movies, and he won't be a comic for much longer.
I'm surprised he's not already in a romantic
I believe
comedy.
he's filmed a movie where he played Dracula. Is that right? That was this year.
Oh, is that right?
Is that true? 1 second.
I don't know if you're setting us up for something, David, but
he might be.
Not a lot of people know that. I have some friends in the industry. Maybe this didn't just take off here, but you know, not worth looking up. But I do believe that is the case. He plays Dracula in a movie that was supposed to be released, and it's a Dracula that does crowd work, as far as if I recall. Craig, are you?
Don't Suck is the name of the movie.
Right.
Directed by R.J. Collins. It stars Jamie Kennedy, Matt Rife, Ellen Holman, Russell Peters, Carrot Top, and more.
God damn it, David! You've given us an assignment now. We have to do this on Patreon.
Oh, there's a trail. There might be a trailer. Hold on. We have to do this right now.
David, you have no idea the rabbit hole you've just sent us down.
Uh-oh.
You have no idea. Let me make sure this is the right thing before I play.
You know, Jerry really wanted, he must have come up with that helmet joke while getting his perm.
Wait, will we ever get to see Jerry? Could we have Jerry on the show at some point?
Not with this last haircut. He'd really like to stay off camera at least.
Okay.
But maybe they could find some clips of him are on our Instagram, DC 30-minute half-hour show on Instagram. You can find many clips there of different things that we've done all year.
Okay,
guys, go follow David for goodness sake. I hear you're. I noticed you got the Blind Mike bump a little bit. You got a few more people checked out the last couple episodes.
That was very exciting to get a brand new type of audience there, and people have been very warm. There was even some people wishing me, David Collins, happy Thanksgiving in the comments on Thanksgiving Day. It was very sweet.
That is
very nice. So I have this. This is
Don't Suck.
Yep, it is a. He's right. It's about comics who are vampires.
Is it real? Is it a real movie, or is it a joke?
It looks real. We can find out right now.
Let's watch the trailer.
Let's do it.
Take a look at the kid that I'm sticking on stage next. Why would I ever do that? You've seen people bomb. This kid next levels it.
I am a vampire. I'm neither Team Edward or Team Jacob. I rooted for the sun.
He was so scary, he scared the laughs away.
I saw you in the back. Oh yeah, I was the guy who laughed. Thank you for that. You ever needed an opener?
What's up? I have a commitment for you to open up the brand new Russell Peters special. Pick an opener, and one's going to be appointed for you.
If you take me, I will pay.
Why is Russell Peters allowing himself to be a part of this? He's the richest comedian alive.
He's one of those guys that actually tries to help everyone around him.
Is that right?
That's a vibe I get from him.
They seem to set it up as if somebody else will be playing Russell Peters in the movie.
Oh, interesting.
I think that was actually him though.
Okay.
What? How to hang upside down?
I once joined a doomsday cult. By the time I got there, everybody was dead.
This feels like a Funny or Die sketch or something.
It seems like it, but it's
Is it a real movie?
Filmed like it's real. I'm gonna hit play and look and see where I can find how to watch this.
Okay.
It's not a routine.
I mean, the glowing eyes, contacts, the teeth. It's an odd lifestyle choice, but hey, it's Vegas. But dude, you turned into a bat!
Dude, you're amazing.
Where'd you find this kid?
Only fangs.
Oh, God.
Oh, my God. Dude, this is real. This is real.
Don't do this.
Where is it streaming?
You killed a guy.
I'm looking right now. It's on IMDb and shit.
Oh, is it not out yet?
It might not be out yet.
Oh, David, you've given us an assignment. We're going to have to watch this now.
I can't tell you how much I'm looking forward to this movie.
Yeah. I mean, same. I guess we should finish this.
How much time is left in it?
30 seconds.
Okay, let's wrap it up.
And drank his blood.
That's crazy.
Do you have any idea what it's like to be emotionally dead inside?
Have you met me? I'm a comedian.
Oh, nice. Nice burn on the craft.
I just think it's too bad. You know, certainly Carrot Top was the second choice to the amazing Jonathan in a role regarding a prop or magic comedy set. And
Does he listen or not? I can't tell.
It's too bad.
Does he pay attention to Blind Mike or not?
I have no idea.
I can't tell.
So this is your first time interacting with this program in any way, other than when you had me on, right, Devin?
Well, unless you've had a guest co-host that I've missed.
No, I don't think we have.
Nope, I don't think so.
Interesting. He's a tough
right.
nut
This
to
is
crack,
the first time that I've been on this show, or really any show besides my own since my firing last year. So it's very exciting.
Oh, is that right? You haven't done any other? You should. I think he'd be a good guest on Hack Ride's show. I know he seems quite fond of you. I think he'd fit well in this world.
Well, you may be surprised to hear there are some communications back and forth between Hack Ride Studios and our team. So we are working on something coming up, very possibly by the second week of December.
I mean,
that's at the beginning of the show. You called me a liar for suggesting that, didn't you?
Well, it was certainly rumors that you were spreading, regardless of the truth. You know, everybody can gamble.
The least surprising thing I've ever heard is Hack Ride's reaching out.
No, that'd be a good fit, I think.
Yes.
All right. So next we're talking about Luis J. Gomez versus Opie. David, does that mean anything to you? Do you have any interest in this subject?
I have very little interest in that subject, if I'm being completely honest.